Today is Thursday, January 31st. It is the final trading day of the week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to see what's going to be, coming into February, but this month has been a fun one. I am finishing my month as of now over $26,000 for the month of January. And I'm very happy with this profit. I'm very excited with this profit. And, it's only the first month of 2019. I still have this afternoon. I still have lunch hours. And I'm still fired up to see what is going to be coming. My goal is I want to hit 30,000. So that means this, last afternoon I need to make about $4,000, which I could definitely do. But at the same time, I don't want to be dumb and, force something and possibly lose a whole bunch of my profit. So it's been an awesome month, and I've been so excited about that. And I've been trading a lot differently since 2019. Before, I was on a cash account, and before, I was staying very disciplined on the fact that I was only having 1 to 2 trades a day. I switched over to a margin account, and I've been trading a lot more recently. I've been trading not only 3 to 4 times a week, but I've been trading more 3 to 4 times a day. So, that has been absolutely awesome. And I know, so many people have been reaching out to me saying, hey, I love, how much you're trading now. I love how hard you're attacking it. I love how much, you're trading, and being able to watch you over the live stream is just so beneficial. And that's what I want to do. Right? That's why I want to help you. That's why I'm here, because I want to trade, and I want to trade a lot, and I don't want to overtrade. I still want to be a disciplined trader. I don't want to be emotional. I want to still teach you the right way to trade and to be a successful trader in the market. But this year, I'm trying to make my biggest year in stock trading. I want to make over $400,000, $500,000 in just trading penny stocks alone. So I'm really going to attack it. I'm really going to go after it. So far, again, $30,000 this month, or $26,000 this month, which isn't too bad, because if we do some quick math right here, if I average this $26,000 times 12, I'll be bringing in about $312,000 a month just from trading penny stocks as a 25-year-old in my apartment. How amazing is that? So again, whoever you are, wherever you live, whatever you guys are doing, it's possible. There's potential there. If you guys work for it, you guys can have it. So today, how did I wrap up today? Today was what? Made $840 today. $840 on this stock of Sxtc. How did I make this Sxtc profit? This extra $800 today. This is all from a bounce play. Again, I got in on Sxtc after this nice bounce play. We can actually go into a 1-minute time frame right here, and we could see what right here is where I bought in on this play. If we go to a time frame, right here, we could see I bought in on this dip. So we didn't really see too much activity on a lot of the big time top gainers today, right? STYX, this was the big time top gainer. It went from 74 cents all the way up to $1.30. And I always say, guys, wake up early, you make some profit. This one actually came out in after hours yesterday, and that's when it went on a very big time rip and a very big time run. So if you guys actually stuck around in after hours yesterday, instead of waking up early, sticking around a little bit later, again, this one went from 74 cents, ripped all the way up to $1.27, then went all the way to $1.86. So instead of my usual pep talk of, hey, wake up early, it's kind of, hey, stick around a little bit later, right? So I know, that sometimes the stock market, sometimes it's slow. You want to wrap up your day. Hey, you know what? Chill back for a little bit, maybe during lunch hours or power hours slow, but it's always good to come back and check out, what's going on with the new streamer, which I stream to you guys for free, being here, maybe at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, somewhere around that area, just so you guys can, of course, check it out. So what we have here, SYX, very nice rip, and we're going to talk about this one coming on up. But what first I want to talk about is, of course, Sxtc. So Sxtc, this is a very good play. This is a play that I was very happy with to be able to make some quick profit, and I was able to buy right on this dip. Now, I did not get in right at 701. Where did I get in on this play, as I said? And let me show you guys this right here. I was able to get in on this play when, of course, it had that nice bounce play, all the way back on down. But I got in on the entries, as you guys can see. And again, this was only, I got in at 10:14, got out at 10:17. So it's only a 3-minute trade, was able to make over $800. But I got in at 7:15, 7:11, 7:13, 7:11. And this is all in a market order. And then I got out about 20 cents higher at 7:32, 7:28, and then again a little bit lower, and then up to 7:25. So, this is all market orders as well. So on Sxtc right here, this play came on down, and when the stock came down to $7, I clicked market order in. There's a 10-cent spread, so I got filled at 7.10, 7.11, 7.15, and then the stock, as you could see, shot all the way back on up to eventually all the way running up towards around $8. Now, why did I do this? Why did why did I buy at the areas I did? And two, why did I market order instead of limit order when there's a 10-cent spread? Let's talk about this. So number one, we'll make it very easy. Why did I buy in at this area of $7? Simple enough, guys. We talk about this all the time. Old resistance turns into what? New support, right? We see it all the time. All you have to do, honestly, if you don't even understand this, just after we break the resistance, we hold up as new support, right? That's a very easy chart pattern to be able to see it, right? We have resistance holds up as support, resistance holds up as support, resistance holds up as support. So if we're looking at Sxtc, where's our resistance right here? If we're looking at this play, we're looking at this pattern, where is our resistance line? Well, right here at $7, because we run up and we hit $7 and we fall. And we run up and we hit $7 and we fall. And we finally break $7. Where do you think we're going to be bouncing at? At $7. That's going to be the perfect bounce play right here at $7 for the stock to, move all the way back on up then. We have resistance hold up once. We have resistance hold up twice. Finally, we break through it. Where do you think it's going to bounce at? At the $7 mark right here. So here's your big old B for your bounce play, right? So that's all I'm looking for. There's nothing complicated. I'm not, looking through, some people try to make it so complicated. Oh, I had my, Kamochi clouds crossing over these indicators off the, the MACD if the RSI was upside down on a Tuesday. It's like, what are you talking about, right? All I'm looking at is old resistance holding up as new support. We can keep it very simple, guys. And as you see, Sxtc, was able to bounce off this line and go on a very big mark. So the other question I was getting was why a market order though? Because if we look at Sxtc, we do have a spread on this play. Now, right now, the spread's not that bad, right? The spread isn't, insane. It's only 5 cents. Before, it was about 15 cents, sometimes even 20 cents. So I knew if I got in on Sxtc, if I put a limit order, I was not going to get filled at the areas I wanted to get filled at. I may have put a limit order, let's say, at, $7, and maybe 200 shares of them would have been filled. Okay, 200 shares of them would have been filled maybe at $7, and then would have bounced all the way back up. At the time I canceled out my $7.15 or my $7 limit order that I wanted to get filled of, let's say 3, 4, 5,000 shares, it would have already popped back up to $7.25. Because when you put a limit order, guys, especially on this type of play, people aren't really selling, 4,000 or 5,000 shares at a time. They're only selling like 200, 300 shares at a time. And the fact that when it comes down to $7, notice it's this really quick little lower shadow. That means, again, it barely touched it. It touched it and then shot right back on up. So it touched that area, shot right back on up. I would have only gotten filled, 200, 300 shares. How many shares did I get filled? I got filled about 5,000 shares. So I'm saying to myself, do I want to put a limit order on this play and only get filled maybe a couple hundred shares at a very low price? Or do I want to, be able to buy the necessary shares I want, 5,000 or so? The stock can pop all the way back on up, because it's right at, old resistance, which is now new support, and I'll be able to make some nice profit. So as I saw the stock dumping, as I saw sellers really sell this off, that's when I started buying. So a lot of people say, did you wait for the red candle to form, then you saw the green candle, then you started to buy? No, I have confidence that it's going to bounce at $7 because it's old resistance. So as I saw all the sellers, I was buying all the seller shares because they're selling 200, 300, 500, maybe 1,000, and I'm trying to pick them up at the lowest price possible because this is really, on Sxtc, maybe the first strong pullback. We got a pullback right here, but this is a very good one because we have old resistance, new support. It's the first level bouncing at $7. It's a very nice area to look for. So I was actually buying, as people say, trying to catch the falling knife, which again doesn't always work out. But since this was the first bounce off of $7 and it was old resistance, which is now new support, I wanted to give it a go. So I saw a lot of sellers coming in at $7. I market ordered in because I was not going to get filled if I did a limit order because it touches it and pops right back on up. So I wouldn't got filled at the areas I want. So that's why I have spread out entries from 710, 711, 715, 718, all around that area. And then my cost basis was just above 5,000 shares with 716 as my cost basis now, and the stock ran all the way back up to 760, all the way up to $8. So that's how I was able to make 800 shares on this, or $800 on this play. Now, Sxtc, you can say, okay, well, why is the stock even up? Why is the stock even moving? What's even the reason on this play? Because Sxtc was a previous top gainer. We always like to look at previous top gainers. Why are we looking at OCX right now? Because this is still trying to set itself up in a previous top gainer, rip and run, right? This stock still has a lot of potential to be a current gainer because previous top gainers like to have continuation. These plays like to continuate. They like to continue to run. So it's something that we definitely like to look at. It's definitely something that we always like to focus on to see if these plays are going to be able to continue to run, continue to rip, continue to bring in that big time volume, continue to bring in that big time hype. So we really, really like that. So not only OCX have we been watching all day, we've also been watching, of course, Sxtc. And if we look back, we can always just look back at a 5-minute chart. This thing went all the way from $4 and spiked all the way up to $8.50. Sxtc today could easily get the hype to run all the way back up to $8 and run all the way up to, let's say, even higher, $10 plus. We look at the daily chart right here. This thing ran all the way up to $26. People are excited about this one. This one could definitely get some nice big hype. This one could definitely get a lot of big time momentum. It'll more likely be an afternoon play, but it's got the potential. And, definitely would be more of an afternoon play, but it's got the potential. It could definitely take on off. So Sxtc is a low float play. It's a newer IPO stock. It's a stock with a big past chart history pattern, and it's a stock that's a previous top gainer. So why are you saying did it spike this morning? All those reasons. It just came down to a momentum play. Not as many plays are happening right now, so a lot of people just go back to previous top gainers. And that's something we see a lot. When plays aren't ripping, when we're not seeing giant spikes, when we're not seeing giant runs, when we're not seeing giant activity, a lot of people like to go to previous top gainers because that's where they feel, hey, that stock went on a big time run yesterday. Nothing really new today. Let's just go back to this place, right? That's kind of how I always think of it. That people are happy with the stock that went on the big time run. Yes, they're willing to try out a new press release, but people always usually go back to what they know. So that's why I'm watching Sxtc and still OXC, or OCX, which is on the mid candle breakout pattern. And again, this stock came out with successful results. OCX, and I am looking for a trade on this later today. Where, again, this came out January 30th right here, or excuse me, January 29th, and it talked about successful results. So that's what, why people are still looking at this, and that's why it's still holding its gains. And we're looking for the big mid-candle breakout pattern to see if that's going to happen today. And if it can happen, then we'll be all over it. We've been talking about this one the last 2 days. Right? We've been talking about this one the last 2 days. If that mid-candle breakout pattern happens, which, again, looks just like this right here, for the nice big spike, red candle, little gap down, and then we're looking for that explosion, that continuation. We'll have it. Here's another example. Again, looking for that explosion, looking for that continuation, looking for that explosion, looking for that continuation. It's got the setup, just needs a little bit of the volume. So we'll see if that can happen, coming up in the near future, seeing if that's going to be able to, get that nice rip, get that nice pop. But so far, I wanted to go over, Sxtc, everything I do, I want to be transparent. Everything I do, I want to be credible. Everything I do, I want to explain my reasoning behind getting in every single play. I will never be a trader who just says, hey, guys, buy this because I'm buying it. That doesn't teach you. Hey, guys, I'm buying it on this. Why? Hey, no reason. Just, buy it. Hey, guys, buy this. This is going to the moon. I'm not going to do that ever. I'm going to say, hey, this is the reason and why I'm playing the stock. This is the stock that I'm looking at. If you guys want to play into it, have a game plan, have an entry, have an exit, have a stop loss, be your own trader. But at the same time, again, please ask me if you guys need anything. But I always want to educate you guys. I want competition. I want you guys to be like, hey, Dek, I'm going to make more than you. Hey, Dek, I made more than you today. Step up your game, loser. All right, well, a little much there. But, you guys get what I say, all right? I love helping you guys out. I love seeing you guys bank, and it's been so awesome so far. Also, a little side note, SCYX. This one went on a monster run. Simply enough, it went from 70 bucks all the way, or 70 cents all the way up to $1.80 in pre-market. And I already showed you guys that happened in after hours. It went from 74 cents up towards $1.34. And then it had that big time gap up right here. You guys are wondering why that happened. You know, you guys know this is one of the best press releases we can see, SCYX. What do we have here on SCYX? We have, bada boom, positive phase 3 trials, right? Keywords look for in hot press releases is positive phase 3 trials. Hot PR right here, hot PR list. What do we have here? Phase 3 trials, positive, absolutely awesome. So I just wanted to go over everything so you guys are all set, but that stock's coming back on down today. Awesome work. Happy to help you guys out. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, very excited and very excited to work with you. So that's absolutely awesome. Have a good rest of your day, team. Absolutely great.